nation. No donation, no salvation.
And remember, respect is everything.
And we are back, and today we are finally looking at Roadhandler. This is a character I've been wanting to do for a long time because if you know me, I love red cars, I love muscle cars, and he turns into one. So I decided for Roadhandler here, he's going to be based off of a specific car, because if you've been following my channel long enough, you know for a fact I like to model a lot of my car bots after video game cars, because it helps add variety. Not to mention, you know, one thing that is kind of repetitive with old school like mini bots and micromasters and car bots in general, they reuse a lot of the same cars. And one car that was reused a lot was the 80s Pontiac Firebird, because if you remember correctly, the original toy that he's based on was a 1980s Pontiac Firebird. And if you've been following my channel long enough, I have already built God knows how many of them. So that's another reason I choose to do video game cars, because it helps keep my car bots less repetitive. But speaking of 80s Firebirds, here's the original car that he was based off of, which is an 82 Trans Am. Or Firebird, I mean they're all the same car. So here's the original car he was based off of. Obviously I've already built this car a million times already as a Lego Transformer, so I decided to base him off of the car Grinder from the game Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. And the reason I chose that car is because it reminds me of the more recent Micromaster that looks like a 1979 to 1981 Pontiac Firebird. So it's still a Firebird, just a little bit of an older one. And I decided, you know what, I figured that would be a good, you know, stand-in. So here's the current Micromaster that I have. So yeah, it definitely, you can definitely see the elements of the Firebird in there. Speaking of a 1980 Firebird, I mean here's a die cast. So you can definitely see the relations. Obviously it doesn't have the bright phoenix on the hood, but you know, it is what it is. It has the same general shape. Obviously the back window looks more like the 80s one, but that's because they didn't want to license it. And speaking of Kit, well, here's Kit from Knight Rider. Just thought I'd throw that in. Funny enough, the car in the game, not only does it look like a 79 Firebird, the front end really reminds me of an 80s Camaro, like the one Thunderhawk was. So it's kind of a mishmash of different 80s and late 70s sports cars. And obviously, you know, I tried to recreate the one from the game with the round tail lights and the Camaro looking front end. So it's just kind of a big mishmash of you know, different, you know, cars from that era. Because like I said, after a while it does get kind of repetitive building the same car. So that's one of the main reasons I like to base my car bots off of video game cars. Helps add a little variety. But anyway, enough talking about the car mode. Let's get to the transformation. So to transform him, the first thing you want to do is lift up this little canopy here where all the windows are. And yes, I did do this, not quite T-top, it's more like a target top, because obviously there's no split down the middle like, you know, like the original Firebirds, because those had T-tops. But you know, I tried to do something different, give it this nice angular look, make it, you know, more sporty looking. But anyway, go ahead and lift that up. And what you want to do, fold the legs back, just like the original. Then what you want to do is you want to come down here, you want to pull his head down, because this will give the front bumper clearance to fold back and get out of the way. It does kind of hang off to the side. I know it's if you've seen my car bots before, it'll make perfect sense why I do it like this, because if you are new here, a lot of my Transformers go for a very kind of anime, sort of Mega Man aesthetic. So they're very kind of chibi looking, very kind of cutesy, sort of, you know, they're very simplistic looking. But anyway, go ahead and fold his arms out. Then what you want to do is continue folding the legs back. Before you do that though, in the spoiler, what you want to do is split it so that the legs can separate. Then fold them all the way back. And then just stand them up. And then you can kind of position this however you want. It just mostly acts as a backpack. It's just kind of I mean, with Transformers, you kind of have to just learn to live with these things. I mean, it's nothing new with the real toys either, so... but anyway, there he is in his robot mode, and I really like him. He's got a nice kind of, like, almost kind of bruiser aesthetic, and given that his name is Roadhandler, it's very fitting, so I really like how he turned out. He is giving me a little trouble standing there, so... you know, I think that's what helps about the big, broad forearms here, is it gives him that nice bruiser look. I did make him a weapon. Gave him a nice little big old submachine gun. So there's that, which he can hold in his hand like this. Just clips right in, and he can blast Decepticons. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you also appreciated a little bit of the car information, as I like to include in these videos. But until next time, you all have a good one.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!